Let me tell you about this guy by the name of DJ Diamond.
America's favorite DJ. You want to see one of the originals? You want to see one of the greats?
Let me tell you about this guy right here. His style, his character. I mean, he had a lot of finesse about himself.
For all those that don't know history, Kid is real serious. Turntablism, baby.
And over the years, I see he got involved with so many different people, so many different eras, so many different things.
America's favorite DJ.
And look at him today, still a diamond in disguise.
One of the best ones you'll ever see. DJ Diamond, and I've been around some of the best. I've known the best, and this cat tops them all. America's favorite DJ.
But I saw he was doing something different, quite different more than anything else. And I like his style, I like his character.
America's favorite DJ. If you really want to see what goes on with the turntablism, if you want to see what goes on with those wheels, those steels, all of those things from the legendary styles of the signature scratch, from the beginning of it, from the birth of it, you got to check this cat out, DJ Diamond, baby. They say America's most favorite DJ, but it goes abroad. America's favorite DJ.
And look at him today. I'm working right along with him, right up there, the Sirius Satellite Radio.
Son is real serious on that turntable. I don't bounce for no one. All right, you want to see turntablism? Check him. Fastest hands I've ever seen. The most incredible thing. That's what keeps hip-hop alive.
I want y'all to give a nice, warm round of applause for DJ Diamond over here.
America's favorite DJ, DJ Diamond.
Welcome to another episode of the Urban Wall Street Project. I'm your host, Earl Christian III, of course. And that clip you just saw is for all the people who have called in, emailed, written to me requesting the show on DJing, the music industry, how to get into the game. DJ Diamond, you understand, is an official, thorough, bona fide brother, internationally known. You see him on tour doing it real big, but we're going to get into it. So without further ado, I want to introduce my esteemed god brother, Mr. DJ Diamond.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, family? How are you, baby?
Yeah, man, I'm
Finally,
doing
we got
good.
it together. Our schedules are so crazy, but we're here now.
You're a busy man. You're hard to catch up with.
Hey, man, listen.
We call you Obama.
Oh, that's shoot. Man, one day we're going to do that. I'll be the president of something, but it's all good.
That's what it is.
But let me tell you, first things first, man, I got to let you know I'm so proud of you, man. For my people that don't know, we go back. I'm talking about, Skelly Tops, Coco Livio, 1, 2, 3, running up and down the streets of Brooklyn. It's a beautiful time, but we've arrived and we've, conquered the nation and international territories. But I want to take it back to the beginning because a lot of people want to know, break into the DJ game, they like it, but they don't know the raw, gritty truth. So we entitled this the raw truth behind the DJ game because it's real serious. So take me back to the beginning of DJ Diamond.
Well, the beginning of DJ Diamond, it all started in Bushwick, Brooklyn, as you know. I used to get it in Chauncey Street. I started DJing basically because of my two older brothers. Shout out to DJ Maniac and DJ Greg G, who you know is Derek and Greg.
No question.
We know each other, y'all. But it's all good, though. When they were like 18, I was like, I'm like 10 years younger than them. So I was like a little 8-year-old kid, and I saw these turntables that they had bought, and I saw what they was doing on them. And I wanted to learn, but they wouldn't teach me because I was too young and they thought I'd break the needles.
Right.
Which I did, incidentally, but that's a whole nother story.
Right.
But what I did was when they would go to work in school is I would sneak on the turntables. I would put myself up on a milk crate. I would get up there and I taught myself how to scratch, basically. Wow. I would emulate what I saw them doing. And after about maybe 4 or 5 months of doing it without getting caught, I got kind of good at it.
Right.
One day, they left, and for some reason they doubled back. I don't know why they came back, and they heard music rocking. I had the volume up. I was going nuts. And they told me they watched me for about 15 minutes before they stopped me. I thought I was going to get a beating.
Right.
It was like, nah, keep going. You better than both of us. Somehow I had a gift that was just given to me from, big up to the creator.
No question.
And I was able to DJ pretty much better than both of my brothers within 6 months of teaching myself.
Okay.
And they were kind of already established.
Right.
So right then and there, they knew that I was meant to do this. So that's how I got my start. Self-taught, but kind of like watching what they was doing.
All right.
At the age of 9.5, I DJ'd my first block party in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I used to go by DJ Baby J.
Right.
That's what they used to call me. And then after that, I started doing house parties with them. I couldn't do the older stuff, obviously, because drinking involved and so on. But anything that they could work me into, they let me do the events. So I got my skills up as far as, you know, rocking a party, knowing what people want to listen to. First of all, I was a cute little kid.
Right.
So they liked me anyway.
Yeah, I remember
You know
the
what I'm saying?
wavy hair with the part down the middle.
I had the little wavy thing going on.
Right,
so
right.
It was what it was.
Right.
So they kind of got me in the mix like that. And then it was cool because it was like, it was hip hop and I was involved with it, and it was music, and I was like having such a great time with it. But then like a turning point in my life when I was like 10 years old, I got to see Dougie Fresh perform live. Now Dougie Fresh is like the older brother king beatboxer hip hop, you know that?
Right.
I got to see him perform live. I got to see a few other people perform live. They came to the park. I don't know if you remember PS45.
No question.
Remember when they came to
PS45. I went to
I know, that's what I'm
PS45. You
saying.
understand? 113 before it burned
Yes,
down.
yeah.
Remember?
Who am I talking to? My bad. He's such a celebrity, y'all. I don't know. But he's my people's. Okay, so and he came to PS45 and performed. And from that time, it was then and there that I knew that I wanted to do this forever. Because even though Dougie Fresh was incredible, I was more focused on what DJ Barry B and DJ Chill Will was doing.
Right.
And I said to myself, I want to be up there with them. And that started the inception of DJ Diamond really going hard body towards becoming a hip hop staple. I didn't know what place I would have in hip hop,
Right.
but I knew I was going to have a place.
And
so that was the raw start of me.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of hip hop, because we're talking about, you know, the.
Pretty
I mean, for the most part, hip hop started in the late 70s, but it really, the early 80s is when it was still like, you know, it was still bubble gum. Everything was positive. It was just, you know, we trying to just do something to keep from getting into trouble.
Right.
So that's a good situation now. You know.
Well, the 80s. Let me tell you about the 80s. So the 80s with hip hop was a great time because it started variation in hip hop. Because, like you said, everything was happy, happy, joy, joy. And then finally, some people started saying, listen, this is what's really going on in the buildings.
Right.
It's not always happy. So that's when you started having some balance. Like, let's move forward.
Yes.
I got to mention what everyone is talking about, Soulja Boy. Let's get right to it.
Okay, let's go in.
I don't hate Soulja Boy. I don't particularly like all of his music, but I like what he does for the music industry, because you need balance. Everything can't be gutter, gutter, street, street, shoot 'em up, bang, bang.
Right.
Or everything can't be teach the babies, feed the children, teach the babies, feed the children.
Right.
You need some dancing.
Right.
Hip hop started with dancing.
True this.
The first technically hip hop song that ever came out on the radio, the first 3 words was, I said a hip hop, the hippie. It was a dance record.
No question.
Made by Sugar Hill Gang. So yeah, we need some dancing in the game. I think there might be better ways to go about it.
Right.
But we need that. So I don't hate on the dude. I appreciate pretty much everybody in the music business as long as they're making some sort of contribution to the game.
No question.
People like him, you know, spawn people like Nas to rhyme harder.
Right.
And try to bring you back to his neck of the woods.
Right.
And then, you know, you got the Swiss Beats.
No question.
Who's basically a New York version of a Soulja Boy party dude. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the same thing, but he's doing it our way, the way we appreciate it a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No question.
So the whole point in this whole hip hop thing is, it is a melting pot. It's a collage of everything that used to be that we're bringing nowadays. Sampling. Most of hip hop came from 70s disco and R&B beats and funk beats.
And in the 90s, if you didn't have a sample from the 80s and
wasn't
70s,
rocking.
record company wasn't even trying to see you without a sample.
Perfect example. You was not rocking unless somewhere James Brown was sampled
No
in
question,
your record in the
no
90s.
question. Or some Parliament from the West Coast, some Funkadelic.
That's what it is. So it's all coming back around full circle. We're doing a lot more dancing now than maybe in the 90s, but it came from that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, we're going to slow down with the dancing, and we're going to go back a little bit more to education, and then it's going to go back to probably the gunplay. It just keeps going around. It's like bell bottoms.
Right.
Bell bottoms was what, 70s?
Right.
Came back hard body in the early 2000s. Now you don't see bell bottoms no more. Now you see skinny jeans on dudes.
Yeah.
I can't wear skinny jeans because my knots don't fit.
Word up.
I'm just saying, it all comes back around.
It all comes back full circle. And that's real. So, you know, before we talk about, you know, bring to the current future and all the people who you've, you know, that you've done major things with and for, I want to talk about some of the grittiness and the rawness, because a lot of people think it's all glamour and glitz. They see, like, DJ Diamond doing a thing, other DJs, and they think, you just walked into that. And they don't understand that it's dog eat dog out there.
Oh, it is.
So, me, I'm Urban Walsh, we keep it straight real. So I want to talk about some of the rawness, some of the pitfalls, some of the, the obstacles, and that individuals that want to really break into this game, they feel like this is what they're built to do.
Right.
What they're going to go through and how tough their skin really needs to be. So, me, I don't want you to hold back. Let them know what's really going on behind the scenes.
Okay, well, there's different ways to approach that, you know what I'm saying? Because there's different roads. They all lead to the pot of gold. But there's different roads and there's different paths that we all take. I chose the path of a DJ representing his skills, and that's my claim to fame in hip hop. So in order to be the DJ that I wanted to be, I had to spend 6 to 8 hours a day in the basement training on 2 turntables, because I wanted to be nasty. That was my thing. I wanted to be the nastiest DJ that you could find. And if you find someone that can beat me, give me a week, I'll come back and beat them. I'm that type of dude, so my skills speak for me. There's other DJs that really didn't go the skill route, but they went the I'm gonna promote myself until the end of the earth route.
Right.
And you hear a lot of them on the radio now.
Right.
Which is cool. There's different ways to go about it. But one of the pitfalls that I see is inevitable for a DJ, if you don't have skills, eventually someone's gonna pull your skirt up. You will be found.
Right.
You will be found out, and then what?
Right.
So I never wanted to be, I never liked skirts. I wear pants.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to have the pants on, and I'll figure the rest out later. My way is the hard way. It's difficult to be dope, because when you're a dope DJ, I don't toot my own horn, but so many people done said I'm dope, I'm allowed to say it.
You're the official DJ for Flirtatious Fridays that we do every week. So, Urban Walsh had to bring you on, so I understand who's the top.
Okay, well, thank you for that, that little plug, shameless plug.
Let's show.
It's all good. But being a DJ that's considered in the dope caliber, you have so much obstacles in the music business. I always separate it from hip hop. The rap music business is different from hip hop. You'll see in a minute. That statement makes a lot of sense. Hip hop was started by a DJ, Kool Herc.
Right.
He was the first person to take 2 record players, didn't even have a mixer.
Right.
2 record, them old sound systems where the volume was on the turntable?
No doubt.
And he was mixing records and catching the breakbeat back and forth. First one to do it. While he was doing it, the MC was on the mic doing the, throw your hands in the air and the bob and all that crazy stuff they did back then. But that was the creation and the inception of hip hop. Now, henceforth, records started coming out on the radio. You now have the rap music industry. Let's say, 1979, the first hip hop record came out? By 1995, the labels knew it would be more cost effective to hopefully make the DJs disappear. Try to make our value very small.
Right.
Try to Harry Houdini us.
Right.
And just eliminate us from the game. So that way they wouldn't have to sign the DJ and the rapper anymore.
Right.
They would only sign the rapper, and they would give the rapper a deal, and the rapper would make X amount of dollars, and the label would make more money, because they didn't have to pay the DJ. Then it became the artist's responsibility to pay the DJ on the road, out of his own pocket. So basically, the labels, what they did was they made the rappers try to look for the cheapest DJ, not the best DJ.
Okay.
So this is all a domino effect, because it even trickles into clubs now.
Right.
Now you have club DJs that'll DJ the whole night for $200, which was insane back in the days.
Right.
Back in the days, if you wanted a real DJ to come in and rock your crowd, you better been giving up a G.
No question.
800 if he was in.
Right.
But now it's like you got people that want the DJ to rock the whole night for $150. And there's some DJs out there that'll do it. So they're pimping themselves and they're ruining the game for DJs that are of a better caliber, when a lot of these promoters were really not concerned with the caliber of the DJ. They just said, I want music playing. So there you have this whole big cycle, and now it trickles down to the fans, the people that come to the clubs.
Right.
They're so used to the mediocre nonsense that they've been given that when they see a great DJ, they're shocked.
Yes.
If a DJ scratches at a club, they lose their mind because they think the record skipped, because no one does it anymore.
Right.
Because they don't know the craft, because they don't take the time to learn the craft that started the game. What they do is they jump into the game, they become mixtape DJs, and half of them can't even DJ. What they do is they go in a studio, they use programs like Pro Tools and SoundForge and Cubase and whatever they use. They make this hot sounding mixtape, and everyone thinks that they're hot because the tape sounds hot or the CD sounds hot. But all they did was press buttons.
Right.
But when you put them up in the front of a crowd, here comes the skirt. I told you I'd get back to that. Here comes the skirt getting pulled up. Because you put this DJ in front of 800 people that thinks that this DJ's hot because they heard the mix CD, and they get up there and they're terrible.
Amazing.
And the opening DJ is usually way better than the headline DJ.
Right, isn't that something?
It's something. That's what the industry has really turned into. And even still, one more point.
Yes.
It goes further. Radio stations. Program directors of the radio stations look for DJs based on who has the hottest mix CD in the street. It could be DJ Knuckleface, who can't even spin. But if his CD is selling because he has hoodwinked people into thinking that he's a great DJ, now he gets the spot on the radio. This is why DJs of my caliber, and there's a lot of us out here who really like put in the work to be good DJs, most of us can beat every radio DJ with our eyes closed.
And I'm glad you said that, because we're going to talk about it now. So we dropped some science on y'all. You know what I'm saying? So understand, this DJ game is a serious situation. It's not just about the mixtapes. Learn some things. But we're going to talk about now how you've conquered those things, and then you started making a name for yourself and making it happen. So, you know, we got footage of you. You know, I know you done rocked with a lot of people, you know, and people know the folks. You know, we got the Diddy.
Right.
And we got a little Beyonce.
Yes.
We got a little bit of Prince that you taught to do a little bit of scratching.
A little
you know what I'm
bit,
saying?
true.
So we're gonna check out some, footage, you know what I'm saying? People gonna see some of the things that you've been doing. And I know it wasn't easy to get that. Like we talked about it. You had to beat people out. So it's like a little timeline. And so take me on that timeline. So boom, we was talking upstairs. Go from the point where you had to beat out certain DJs to get to that first spot.
Okay, well, fast forward.
Yes.
I went from being a party DJ who had some skills to becoming a full-fledged battle DJ.
Okay.
When I was like 16 years old.
Yes.
Reason being is I was, down with a couple people, got kind of jerked out of, record deals, some producer credits, so got kind of blackballed, and I had to fight my way back into the industry. Can't really talk about that now because I'm actually working with them now.
That's all good.
Water under the bridge,
Water
but
under the
everything is
bridge,
good.
right. We don't cry for spilled milk.
Exactly. So I become a battle DJ thanks to a DJ named Richie Rich, who was from Brooklyn, who actually used to be in a group called Third Base. He was about maybe 4 or 5 years older than me, and I was one of the best DJs in my area of Brooklyn, and everybody said, yo, this dude, Richie Rich, a.k.a. Daddy Rich, they was like, yo, he's really good, you should see him. And I was a little arrogant. I was like, let me check him out. He would have killed me if I battled him. He was great.
Right.
And he inspired me to become a great DJ because he knew all the technical aspects. I was just wild.
Right.
I was talented, but I was wild with it. So he was like the tennis coach. Showed me how to hold my elbow and showed me the hand position, and he showed me the proper way to get to the point of where I wanted to be.
Right.
Hence, after that, I entered my first DJ battle, and I won.
Right.
And I beat some very notarized DJs. He was actually in it, and I beat him as well. I didn't think I would, but he told me. He said I had the ability, and he just brought it out of me.
Okay.
And after that, I beat every DJ in the country in the DMC battle.
And now we're gonna see some of the things that happened after Brother Diamond, DJ Diamond, of course, started smashing on DJs in the country. You're gonna see the manifestations.
Always check me out at www.americasfavoritedj.com. Power 105.1 New York's new #1 for hip hop and R&B. It is your man DJ Diamond in the building. Holla at your boy 1-800-585-1051. Get the request on. You know how it goes down. Power 105.1. Let's go. DJ Diamond, America's favorite DJ. party out tonight. Nah.
Return to the classics, perhaps the most famous classic in all the world of music.
And if not, we owe you something. Like 2 minutes when the beat is pressing.
I'm saying? So everybody know, for all you aspiring DJs, this is just the beginning. It's gonna be a segment. It's gonna be a series. DJ Dom and I are gonna do this. We're gonna educate you. We're gonna keep you abreast of what's going on in the DJ game. We're gonna kind of walk with y'all. You know, I'm just gonna let you know what it is. He's gonna serve as my consultant behind the DJ game for my aspiring cats. A lot of people who have questions. DJ Diamond's going to give you 3 solid, sound pieces of advice to go out with. Diamond.
Well, basically, number one for the aspiring DJs that is coming up nowadays, number one, perfect your skill. Get your skill level right. Being a DJ is more than just pressing buttons and saying your name. Get your skills right, number one. And that takes practice. Get in the basement, get in the kitchen counter, wherever you got the turntables, do what you got to do, get it in. Number two, networking. Once you got your skills up, get your network on. Get out there, get your materials out there, holler your name at people, let people know that you are dope, let them come see you where you're at, let them see the performance matches the mixed CD. And my third piece of advice is just keep your integrity with the game. Because I've kept my integrity, it's the road less traveled. It's the harder road to go, but keep your integrity with the game. That's what keeps hip hop, and it keeps the music industry, the music industry. There you have it.
Beautiful. You heard it right here from a professional master blacksmith at this game. You understand what I'm saying? We're always getting better.
Thank you.
He's worked with Diddy, toured with Beyonce, showed Prince how to scratch. And that's just a little surface. Understand, anything you want, you got to work hard for it. Like I always say, be mindful, stay prosperous, keep your head up, surround yourself with the right people, you will get there. Until next time, peace.
Thank you for having me, bro.
For sure, my brother. It's a beautiful situation. We're going to come back it all. My head is turning right now because I'm already seeing part 2.
Over here, I got the incredible keyboard modules and the valve phase processor, so I can get real crazy like with the whole melodies and everything like that. Over here, I got some outboard processing for all those that can't really sing, but I make them sound like they can sing. You know, holla at me. Over here, I got the little keys, so I can tickle the ivories over here and do my thing. And over here, I got my little favorite piece, my baby mama right here, my MPC 3000. That's where I make the beats, man. That's where I get real crazy. Matter of fact, I was working on the beat a little while ago. I got to add some drums to it. Walk with me now. Let me show you how it's done. Check this right here. Press play, press overdub. So that's the start right there, you know what I'm saying? We about to add the meat. Right now, I got the gravy and the potatoes. Here comes the meat. Now kids, don't try this at home, because I do things like make beats and talk at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Oh! Now that we got that joint looping, I think it's time that I go do my other thing that y'all know about, and that's the turntable thing, so walk with me. To all you other DJs, take that.